Okay, this is the joiner. Another very nice machine that we have in the shop area here. Boards less than 8 inches long may not be jointed. 8 inches would be the length of the board this way. Okay? Anything less than 8 inches long cannot be jointed. It is too short. Number 2, the joiner is usually used to make the edge of the board smooth. Okay? Hopefully by now you know what the edge is. And this is going to make the edge smooth and straight. Number 3, the maximum depth of cut on the joiner is 1/16 of an inch. Again, you're taking off a pretty big swipe, so you're only going to take off just a very little amount, 1/16 of an inch. Number 4, push sticks must be used when joining a board less than 6 inches wide. The width of a board is from here to here. And a good rule of thumb is, if your board is taller than the fence, you need to use push sticks. Push sticks are located behind the planer, and they look like this. Your best choice is to use the one with a V in it, and place it on the edge of the board, right at the corner. The other one has a notch cut out of it, and you place that on the top. So you have a down pressure and a left pressure, and you can push it through the machine. Once again, you only need to do that if you are playing a board less than 6 inches wide. For boards like this one, you can simply use your hands. 5, you always want to keep the board tight against the fence. This is the fence, and you want to keep it tight. Many times students allow the board to slip and pull away from the fence. You need to make sure it stays tight against the fence. 6, you want to feed the board at a slow, constant speed. You don't want to go too fast, you don't want to go too slow. 7, you want to keep your fingers and thumb out of the line of the blade. Sometimes people put their hands on the board and they try it like this. If you notice, my fingers are very close to the guard and very close to the blade. Dangerous. A better option is to put your hands on top, thumbs in front. This way you always know where your fingers are and you are sure that they are not going into the blade. You never want to use your hand to pull back the guard. Alright? The guard protects you from the blades that are in there, and there's no reason why you need to pull it back. The board will simply push it as needed when it's going through. If you start joining and you decide you are joining the wrong edge, do not stop. Continue until you make it through that pass, and then join the other edge. If you stop joining halfway through, it could make the joiner angry. You could grab your board and kick it back. The kickback zone is back here. You do not want to stand anywhere in this area. And finally, number 10, the board must always be jointed with the grain. Once again, this is the grain of the wood, and you always run with the grain. You would never want to join a board like this. This machine also takes a lot of exhaust or a lot of wood chips off, so you need to make sure that the damper is open